Hey everybody, my name is Dominic and I'm one of the team captains for the keys here at Evangel. And today we're going to be covering the Nord and the basic layout of the Nord. And so I just want to preface by saying there's going to be a lot of buttons and knobs on the Nord that you're going to see during this video that I'm not going to talk about. And that's very intentional. We're just going to be talking about the things, the very basic things that we need to know as keys players on a Sunday or a Wednesday night or a Thursday or whenever it is we're going to be playing. And so we'll start it and we'll jump right into this. So right away we have the Nord here, and as you can see right here it says power on and off. On the back side of the Nord is the on and off button. If you click it, turns on. If you click it, turns off. Pretty self-explanatory. And so we'll start on the left here. Right here we have the master level. If you turn it up, it's going to be louder. Turn it down, not going to be loud at all. So usually when we play, we like to have it at 75, which is probably right there. That's just for mixing purposes for the people who are doing mixing. So keep it there. This is kind of what it sounds like at 75. Here's 0, obviously. Okay, we're going to skip the organ. We never use that. If you want to know... Also, for the things that I won't be covering, if you want more in-depth knowledge of the Nord and what each knob does, I would highly encourage you to either go to the Nord website. They will cover a lot of the different things that the Nord is capable of, and YouTube has a ton of videos. There's people who do videos just because they want to, and it's fun for them. And they'll explain what each effect does, what each knob does, what each button does. So if you're looking for that, I would encourage you to do that. But today we're going to go straight to the piano part. And this is going to be super major in how we play because this is what makes the sound. The Nord has a ton of different samples, and what I mean by that is there's a ton of different sounds in the piano select portion here. As you can see, we have grand, upright, electric, and these other three on the right side. But basically what each section does, if you move this knob, it'll turn the different sample or the different sound of piano we're using. So as you can see, the red light switch from grand to upright. Basically, this is what a grand sounds like. This is what an upright would sound like. Let's go to the mellow upright. Got the electrics, and so forth. If you keep moving, it'll change sounds. But for the most part, we stay at grand. Another thing you need to know is the octave shift here. This just switches the octave that the sound is playing in, that the keys are playing in. If you move it up, it'll go up an octave. If you move it down, it'll move down an octave. This could be important if you're playing in a song and you need to have a fast transition into a different part of the song. What I usually like to do is, if we're starting off pretty low, I'll just play in the regular octave. And then if we switch to full band really quickly, I'll just hit that octave button. As you can tell, it's really full. It's really it's really good for filling the sound when we go into that the bigger part of the song. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words. But okay, moving on. We also have this button here, and I use this button sometimes. Basically, it will help change the sound of the piano. So as you can see right here, it says soft. If I click this button, it's going to put a soft effect on the sound. If I put a mid one, it helps it be a little more bright. And if I go to bright, it's just a clear cutting sound. I only use that in certain situations, like if it's a soft part of the song, I'll maybe go to the soft part and help it be a little soft. And then I'm gonna move on to this portion here, the program slash song parts. As you can see, we have 5 different presets here. And basically the first one we named full band. So if we're playing in the full band, we like to use this one because it's full, it has a synth in the background, it just really helps make the sound full. If you go to the next one, it just says worship, and as you can see, it's a mellow upright. I would use this maybe at the beginning of a song where you have a lead line, maybe like Waymaker. It's just less full, and it really has a nice soft sound. The next one is the Velvet Grand. And also that is probably another one I would use for maybe on a softer part of the song. Basically, we will have these all presets ready to go for you. If you come on a Sunday and you're playing on a Sunday morning, basically you will have to just switch back and forth depending on the song you're playing. And then very quickly I'm going to move on to the synth portion. Same thing applies with the synth portion. We will have all of this ready to go and already set up, so you won't have to do any adjusting, hopefully, but for the most part you won't have to do any adjusting. Maybe the one thing you'll have to adjust is this knob here, and this is the volume. I'm going to turn down the piano so you can hear the synth. Here's the volume. Turn down. For the most part, the synth should be an underlying background sound. Really, it shouldn't be the first thing you hear. It should gradually come in as you play. So if I'm playing, you can hear right away the keys, but then the synth comes in. And so maybe use your ear a little bit and mess with this knobs on a Sunday or whenever you play or get the chance to, just so you can find that nice setting of a synth. And then maybe the last thing I will go over today is this little portion here of the Nord, and it's the compressor and it is the reverb. And so basically with the reverb, what that does, it adds like an echoing effect to the piano. So if I'm playing, turn down the piano. If I'm playing, as you can tell, it's pretty quick to stop the sound, but if I turn up the reverb and I turn it on, this is the on and off button, by the way. Turn it on, turn it up a little bit. You can hear a little bit of a echoing effect. If I turned up all the way, it's gonna add a lot of echo. And so there's different types of reverb. As you can see, there's stage 1, stage 2, hall 1, hall 2. The room is pretty cool. It'll simulate you being in a room, kind of like we are right now. But basically, I don't try to go too high because otherwise it just gets pretty muddy. And then the other thing that usually we have on and just a little bit of is the compressor. That really just makes the high end and the low end come together, so it's less sharp and it's a little more clear. I would say most of the time you won't have to worry about that. If you notice it's off, maybe just turn it on. But that is the basics that you're going to need to know about the Nord piano. Hopefully you guys benefited from this video and learned something. Looking forward to seeing you guys progress in your playing and in your knowledge of the Nord.